Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for having me here to speak today. I'm very, very honored to be here in my hometown. We came here in 1972 as refugees from Uganda, as many, many people did. And since then, wherever I go in the world and whatever I'm doing, I always, in my interviews, say I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, and I feel so proud to do so, to say that. The last... I often say we're still the city of champions, and I think that's going to be revived soon, and I feel very, very honored to be here with you. I have never met so many smart and just brilliant, friendly people as I have in the last 2 days, so it's just such a welcome to be here, and thank you. So the last time I was actually here at the Citadel, I was 14 years old, and I had to do a dance. My mom forced me to do an Indian dance. We were celebrating the inauguration of Mahatma Gandhi's statue just across the street. I was young and I was terrified to be on stage. And the only thing that I had in my mind, the only one thing on my thought process was, actually, I'm going to have to be a lawyer when I grow up, because that's what everyone does, a doctor or a lawyer, of course. 24 years on now, I actually avoid lawyers. And I have adopted an entire lifestyle about entrepreneurship. It's become a way of life, and it's been very exciting for me. I've married one, Paul, who's here in the audience. He's the photographer of all of these pictures we just took this weekend in Banff, where we saw lots of bears. I attend lots of events and networks where I can meet very good entrepreneurs, and I've advised hundreds of them around the world. All of this experience has been really helpful for me because it's made me think a little bit differently about entrepreneurship. And what I want to do today with you is also challenge you to think a little bit differently about entrepreneurship. We have some similarities with others around the world and a lot of differences as well. Because we're in the provocative part of the session, I really want us to think about what we have and what problems we could face if we were in different countries. Really, we've heard some discussions today about what an entrepreneur is. When I was preparing my presentation, I actually said out loud, an entrepreneur is somebody who creates a problem. And what I realized later on is actually, unfortunately, that's very common. We see it in several cases where people are creating problems for solutions that don't even exist. What I meant to say, of course, is that entrepreneurs are people who create solutions to problems, and these are the people who are changing our world. All these questions that we've been talking about, which really promote a big debate about entrepreneurship, what is it, why is it, you're not a doctor, a lawyer, how do you categorize an entrepreneur, really, I think, come from our own perspective of where we live and where we're at. The topic of social entrepreneurship, which I'm sure you've all debated here in Edmonton as well, is an interesting one, because I've been called a social entrepreneur, which I thought was a nice thing. And only a few weeks ago, I realized, actually, I don't want to be a social entrepreneur. I just want to be an entrepreneur. And I think inherently, we should all just be socially conscious because we're from Edmonton and we're good people. So let's think about these questions from different perspectives other than our own. When you think about entrepreneurship, do you think about brands? Do you think about companies? Or do you think about people? Do you think about Richard Branson? Do you think about lastminute.com? Do you actually taste coffee? Do you smell money? What is it for you? For me, what it's been is, having lived around the world, I've actually worked with many of the different people in the ecosystem of entrepreneurship. And I think those people in those ecosystems are very, very diverse. So we've got academics, we've got investors, we've got corporates, we've got entrepreneurs, of course, and the list goes on. And how these different stakeholders come and sit together at the table can be very interesting. It can either result in innovation, where they collaborate, or these stakeholders can actually stifle each other. And I really believe that an entrepreneur who understands the agenda of these different stakeholders can actually leverage their agendas to pursue their own businesses. Now, several times in my career, I've worn one or many of these hats. I worked at Microsoft for a while and was a banker, and that was the dark side of my life. I now own a charity, and I advise the UK government on technology. So I have quite a fun job where I spend half my time in the slums in India working with entrepreneurs, and the rest of my time in London attracting technology entrepreneurs into the UK. And it's really a lot of fun. The reason I've chosen to work in slums is because I find that the entrepreneurs in those poor communities really, really embody all of entrepreneurship. These people face things that sometimes we couldn't even imagine. It's very, very inspiring. Some people think being an entrepreneur is lonely and it's very, very hard, and that it certainly is. But one thing we have, especially in the West, is that we enjoy infrastructure. We really do have it all. We've got these ecosystems, we've got the Silicon Valley. In London, we now have the Silicon Roundabout. In Edmonton, of course, we've got Edmonton Champions, which will be launched soon, and that's very exciting. But let's look at an entrepreneur from the West who's done some really cool things. Obviously, Jack Dorsey from Twitter, who created such an incredible following. Who would have known in 2006 that there were going to be 200 million users of Twitter? It's just crazy. And you can see in today's Twitter follow what's going on, just even at our event alone. So it's very exciting for me to be able to see somebody like this who actually is changing the world, probably without even knowing it, I'm not sure. His early background was actually focused on emergency notification systems. And I think he's a really smart entrepreneur because he took those skills and incorporated that onto the web, where now you can obviously send anybody a message at any time and actually affect your business. You can fundraise, you can share with family and friends like we've never been able to do before. It's all very compelling. I think one of the most important aspects of Twitter and how it's changed the world and actually is a role model for other entrepreneurs and businesses is that Jack was very open and very intuitive. He didn't just create some fun software. He actually created a platform, and that platform is so open that other third parties can build their applications on top of Twitter. I believe 95% of usage of Twitter comes from third-party applications. They've just spent $30 million on acquiring TweetDeck, which is a really fantastic tool. So I think that he's a very important person for us to keep in mind. Regardless of all the resources that we have here in the West, I think some entrepreneurs are still very challenged, and I find it very irritating when I come out of a meeting with a venture capitalist and I'm with a CEO and he says, "How come I didn't get 10 million from my widget that I'm creating? Don't they know who I am? Don't they know it's going to change the world?" And I'm standing there scratching my head thinking, well, no, actually, it might be a cool technology, but you shouldn't feel entitled to get funding. Actually, people who really believe in what they're doing won't expect funding. They'll actually go out there and be nimble. I think the microfinance slum entrepreneurs are interesting because they are very nimble and they don't have access to funding. In some of these very, very poor communities, funding is almost impossible to find. So I think it's important for us to just appreciate, actually, we shouldn't be entitled and we should be appreciative for what we have. The other problem that happens in these slums, and it's very sad, is these people generally come from villages. And when they come to the cities, they just park themselves where they can in masses, wherever there's an open space. They're threatened every single day for being evicted. It could happen anytime, and so their belongings could just be wrapped up and gone. They could come back and their slum could be demolished, which is quite scary. And at the same time, they've got the governments who are saying, you know, if you vote for us, we'll actually give you your clean water and electricity, so just stay put. Well, of course, after the elections take place, who knows what happens. So it's a very transient community and very difficult life for them. I'm going to give you a little crash course in microfinance for some of you who've been asking me quite a few questions about it. When we go for funding and we need money for our startups, so we can happily go to our angel VCs, we can go to whoever we need, friends and family. There's a lot of opportunities. We can go to banks and we can actually remortgage our homes if we have to. That's our collateral. The slum entrepreneurs don't actually have any collateral. What they have is their reputation. And so their only thing, if they went to a bank, would be to say, well, I will pay back my loan because if I don't, I'll be evicted from my community. Because it's ethically, there's a lot of pressure for these people to make sure they save face and that they uphold their community standards. It would be great if we had that in our world as well. So microfinance is basically a financial product for low-income people, people who aren't bankable and who don't have collateral. And loans can range anywhere from $20 to $150, depending on where you go. I'm mainly going to focus on India because that's where we've implemented and that's the community that we know. Microfinance institutions are the organizations on the ground that administer the process. You may have heard a lot about them in the news recently. I'm sure you've heard about Mohammed Yunus. He's from the Grameen Bank, a very famous man who actually never ever intended to make money from the poor. His goal was to actually alleviate people out of poverty, and that's the model that we also espouse to. Unfortunately, in the last couple of months, there's been a lot of news about trying to get him out of office. And the arguments have been that he's taken money from the charity and allocated it to healthcare facilities. The other argument was he's too old, he's 72, so he shouldn't actually be in his job anymore. So with a little bit of digging and talking to some local people, what we actually realize is there's a lot of politics behind it. And actually getting support of the masses and the poor is very, very helpful in an election. And this was really more of a political ploy to get him out altogether, which is very, very sad. Microfinance can be noble, it can be very wonderful if you can reach out and help people, but there's obviously a lot of complications. Microfinance is usually given to women only, and why? Because they pay back 98% payback, which is pretty high and quite impressive. But the problem is, and I hope nobody faces this here, but in these villages and slums, these women have had arranged marriages, and now they're getting married and they're the breadwinner. Very complex when their husbands probably want them to stay at home and cook for the in-laws. So it's very complex. Just to give you a couple of figures, microfinance in India has grown 100% over the last 3 years. There's approximately 30 million borrowers just in India alone, which is quite a large amount. So unfortunately, it's also become an industry. It's become an industry for big banks and organizations to come in and charge very high interest rates. In some cases, these interest rates are as high as 80%. So can you imagine going into ATB and getting a loan and having to pay 80% interest on that? As a result, people have had to take multiple loans, and it's resulted in over-indebtedness. You've also probably heard in Andhra Pradesh, many women have been committing suicide because they've just found it very difficult to deal with paying back their loans at all. This is a very sad story. But I don't want to talk about it all being sad, because there's definitely a lot of happy entrepreneurs there who are doing wonderful things. There's a man named Kishan Bai who lives in Ahmedabad in one of the largest slums, which was separated by the government, individualizing the Muslims and Hindus. And they did that for political reasons, not because these people were fighting, only because it helped their votes. Kishan Bai has taken a very smart and responsible loan. This loan has allowed him to actually purchase or put money down on his rickshaw. So this rickshaw allows him to actually own his technology, because I think a rickshaw is a technology, and it allows him to be able to earn funds which he doesn't have to give back to some horrible loan shark or money lender. In fact, he can use that money to send his kids to school, to provide healthcare, etc. And when we visited his home, I was very surprised. He had 4 children, his wife has passed away, and he's got extended family living in his place. But he was a happy man, and he was excited that he had his rickshaw. Surprisingly, these people actually also have their own startup costs, and they don't really have seed funding available. A startup cost could be, yes, the down payment on a rickshaw, but it could also be to obtain driver's licenses, insurance. Without these things, they can't actually survive. And the other problem is that these individuals, you know, they just need to move on, and they need to build their businesses. Very difficult. 5 things that these people need, these entrepreneurs. Number 1, they need some sort of responsible lending. Very important. We should remain grassroots in what we're doing. We should provide money to men and women, because generally these are family-run businesses. And also, value-added services should be provided, including healthcare, so that if you are sick, you can actually get to work. There's no sick days in the slums, unfortunately. A couple of positive lessons that we've learned and we take away from the West and from the slums. 1, don't feel entitled to funding. The slum people, slum entrepreneurs, when they measure their success, they don't do it on the fact that they've raised $100 million. They do it on the fact of how much revenue they've generated from their driving their rickshaws, etc. Always keep sight of the pain you're trying to fix, and do one thing brilliantly. Be agile. Poor villagers have to figure out more than just making cotton and raw silk. They have to make garments and sell them in the cities. Entrepreneurs need to build technology platforms which allow third parties to actually participate on those platforms as well. Value your networks. I often call my network my intellectual property. That's all I have. As a founder, always hire people that are smarter than you, and always have a number two. Muhammad Yunus didn't have a number two, and obviously Bill Gates got that right. Focus on the influencers and the bloggers. Enjoy what we can with social media because it's very powerful, but also listen to your customers. The slum entrepreneurs don't have tech crunch. We do, and we love it, but they do have a voice via Twitter. The other very important lesson is about localization. It's not just about understanding the language, it's understanding the culture. I think Mark Zuckerberg had a little problem in China when he launched Facebook because he assumed that people would want to use their real identity. In fact, they didn't want to. They wanted to use aliases. So there's an example where the localization didn't work so well. Revenue is key. Build and they will come is not a philosophy that works for everyone. Facebook and Twitter are definitely exceptions to the rule. Consider slum entrepreneurs if you can, because they're very holistic in their approach. Their entire goal isn't just to make millions. Their idea is to make enough to support themselves, eliminate poverty, and raise their communities and their societies into a wonderful place where they can just enjoy and live life. The last lesson I have here, which is the really most important piece, is smile. Like this woman. I look at her picture every day, and she really motivates me. Thank you very much.